All right, welcome to Daybreak Plus on a Friday, Freaky Friday.
It's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about that. Also, though, this is 3 years after the shooting at MSU on campus. It was 3 years ago today that happened. There will be events happening today to remember the people affected by this. One of them is Tessa Kresch, who's a reporter here now.
She's been with us about a year, and she was a student there 3 years ago and was in the middle of this when it all happened.
So we'll share our interview with her later on Daybreak Plus. Right now we want to talk about the Olympics. Scott's here with us as well.
What's happening?
Always
Good
glad
morning.
to have you, Scott.
Happy to be here. Yeah, Olympics. Seems like the U.S. is hanging in there. Not quite at the top of the medal count, though.
We're hanging in there.
In the mix.
Yeah.
In the mix.
This is the view in Milan right now.
Looks nice there today, huh?
It does look really nice
Some
there
snow-covered
today.
mountains there in the
Yeah,
background.
Look at that.
We can check out the mountains. This is what they look like closer up. It's really pretty. It's a
Sun-
bluebird
wow.
day in the mountains.
Sunshine.
We do have some events happening in the mountains and in the city. The medal count for now, we've dropped.
Yes, but you know, these
That's how
games
it
go on
goes.
for another, week or so?
Still pretty early.
Yeah.
We've got time. There's still time.
How about Italy, too?
They just zoomed ahead of us for the gold medal count and the total medal count. But so yeah, they've got 6 now, just behind Norway. We're tied with Germany and Sweden for 4 gold medals. But we'll see what happens today. I think, there's time.
14 overall, not too shabby.
No.
Yeah. So this is what's coming up today.
Oh, cross-country skiing for men, biathlon, women's snowboard cross, and the men's halfpipe. We've got men's speed skating and the free skate, men's skeleton, and women's ice hockey. I was watching the men's ice hockey game yesterday. They dominated. They took control of that game.
They really did.
Yeah.
That was an awesome
What was it,
game.
5-1 finish, I think?
It could have been 7.
Yeah.
But the Latvia contested 2 of the goals, and they ended up winning that. But man, the men were just on fire. It was so fun to watch.
Yes.
I have a hockey player at home.
Did you watch together?
We did.
Okay.
It's nice because the timing of these events, a lot of them, because they're 6 hours ahead, we get to watch, and you don't have to
Live,
stay up late
yeah.
to do it.
Right.
And
When's the last time the U.S. won gold in ice
1980.
hockey? It was, yeah.
in
Miracle on
men's, in
Ice.
men's hockey, Miracle on Ice, which we've been watching nonstop at home because they have the new Netflix one out. But anyway,
All right.
enough about that. Scott, you're up.
Yeah, and we're going to start with a picture that comes to us from meteorologist Matt Kirkwood.
Oh, there he is.
Yep, yeah, there he is with his snowmobile. I think he said that this picture was out in the Porcupine Mountains, so he's been enjoying his time getting out there, and there's been plenty of snow for him to snowmobile through, no doubt.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I put together the snow conditions report yesterday. There's where we're sitting in lower Michigan right now. As you can see, Grand Rapids still has about 6 inches of snow on the ground. The amounts grow approaching the lakeshore. 93% of the state's covered with at least a little bit of snow. The average depth is at 8 inches. And turning our attention to the UP, yeah, there's a lot up there.
Man.
Yeah, some big quantities of snow, but I don't think that that's going to really be lasting a whole lot longer. There you can see how much snow we've stacked up this winter and how that compares versus average. Pretty nice conditions this weekend if you want to get out and do some skiing. It looks like pretty much all the runs are open, just a few exceptions at Cannonsburg and Caberfay. Then looking toward Boyne Mountain, the Highlands. Looks like all systems go, so plenty of snow, pretty nice weather. Also, yesterday we were enjoying some sunshine. Got this great picture from Mike along the lakeshore, the setting sun in Grand Haven. And as we look toward the Valentine's Day weekend, we're going to see a lot of sunshine here as we continue through the next few days. Temperatures will also be rising, so again, that snow
Look
is
at that
kind
42
of a...
on Sunday.
How about that? Yeah, the snow's going to be kind of a limited time offer here.
Limited time offer.
So yeah,
That's kind of a bummer.
good that Matt's trip lined up here for
Yes.
that first week of February so that he could enjoy the snow while it's still around. But
You have a different icon for Valentine's Day today. You've been
Different one.
switching it up every day.
yep, I've been alternating, but Yeah, and then President's Day looking all right. Temperatures moving into the upper 40s on Wednesday. And yeah, it's going to get colder again. We have a chance of some snow on Friday, but those average temperatures keep lifting up too. So, we're getting to that point in the season where any snow that does happen to fall doesn't take residents on the ground for too long.
Do you think it's all going to be gone?
I don't know about all of it because there's quite a bit.
There is a lot out there.
But I think it's going to be, by the time that we hit Wednesday, especially when you bring in rain, that really helps to eliminate the snow. Probably down to just some piles in the parking lots at the malls.
Yeah, those piles might take a while, I guess.
Yeah, but as far as everybody's yards and sidewalks, I think those are going to be pretty clean come this time next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not so bad.
Is it? I want to get some more skiing.
I know you want to get more skiing in.
Haven't had time.
I don't mean
Gotta
to
go this
be a
weekend.
downer on winter
Yeah.
for people who are winter enthusiasts.
But
You have to like winter, I think, at
But,
least a little bit if you live in West Michigan.
Yeah, you do. You do. It is what it is.
Yeah.
that's a saying. That's true. Okay, Scott, thank you.
Thanks.
for doing the snow sports report for Matt. How'd that go for you?
It went pretty well. Had to dig through some different resources to kind of cobble it together, but it went good. And, Matt's back on Monday. We'll get to hear all about his trip. And
Yeah.
I'm excited,
Yeah,
It looks
I
like
bet.
a lot of fun.
I don't know how excited he'll be to come back, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that
He might be bummed out for a
the
day
team
or two,
will be
but
glad
Coming
to
back
have
to
him
work
back
after
and back to
vacation.
full staff. Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
All right. Thank you very much, Scott.
Yeah.
I forgot it was Friday the 13th.
It is Friday the
Yeah.
13th. Ooh. It doesn't feel so spooky this time of year.
No.
Not when Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
That's true.
So there it is. So coming up here on Daybreak Plus, we are going to talk about the anniversary of the MSU shooting 3 years ago. We also, there's a big day today, big to-do today at the Grand Rapids Public Museum.
Changes.
I don't know what I'm doing to the camera. Sorry. Hello. Let's bring this back over here. Okay. Yeah. Grand Rapids Public Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, George?
Who do we have over there?
We're going to check
Nicole.
in with Nicole Tan.
Nicole was over there this morning. I was like,
She
wait
was
a
our
minute.
special guest on
Special assignment.
Daybreak today.
On
So
Daybreak. Not Daybreak Plus. Daybreak.
well, she'll make an appearance on Daybreak.
Okay,
Plus.
bring her on.
We'll be right back. And we're back to Daybreak Plus here on this Friday on the third anniversary of the MSU campus shooting.
We had an opportunity to speak. Why am I blanking now?
Well, we do have a reporter here, a couple employees, in fact, who were students at MSU at the time of this shooting. But just
Right.
to go over this, it was shortly after 8 o'clock in the evening of February 13th, 2023, when the first calls went into 911 about a man who had walked into a building on campus and started shooting.
3 students were killed: Brian Frazier, Ariel Anderson, Alexandria Werner, and a 43-year-old man was responsible. He also injured 5 others.
And there will be a number of events today. One year after this happened, which would be 2 years ago today, the red flag law took effect in Michigan, and that was a direct response to this.
And this allows families, law enforcement, health professionals to petition courts to temporarily have firearms taken from people who are at risk to themselves or to others.
Now, there are Republicans who are trying to overturn this law. They say that it infringes on Second Amendment rights and due process. But at this point, there's nothing to indicate that that's going to happen.
Right.
And there's been, a lot of times where they've used this and they've had these orders that have taken effect to protect people from themselves or to protect others from someone who a family member or a friend thought might be dangerous with a weapon. And we did speak with Tessa Kresch, our reporter who's been here for about a year, about her experience at MSU.
She was on campus when it happened that night.
We'll share her interview coming up in a little bit right here on Daybreak Plus. Want to mention that the carousel at the Grand Rapids Public Museum, it's been closed for 2 years. 2 years ago, they shut things down to renovate not just the carousel, but they're doing stuff along the riverfront as well, which that's even more, I think, complicated.
Lots of changes, and Nicole Tam was with us this morning on Daybreak, and she's with us again right now.
Hello, Daybreak Plus. We're inside the Grand Rapids Public Museum because this historic carousel finally reopens today after years of renovations. I'm sitting here because this is one of the new features as part of that renovation. It's making this carousel more accessible for everyone of all abilities. So this bench right here is actually made for wheelchair access because right here you can see the bench can fold up. A wheelchair can then come around here and be secured so that everyone, no matter what you need, can enjoy this ride. So I'm going to stand up now and walk around and show you all the cool things because part of this renovation also includes the art aspect of it. Local artists got together and spent time repainting and redoing all the animals along the ride. There's dozens of them, from giraffes. I saw a tiger, lion, and this horse you see right here. Look at the eye, the teeth, all the intricate details, all hand painted. I'm told even with makeup brushes to get the details down and just all the layers of it. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited for families and kids to be able to experience this once again as part of this months-long to years-long effort here. So between the new art, the new accessibility, there's a lot to see and experience here. If you'd like to check it out, opens at 10 o'clock this morning, runs every 20 minutes, and special hours today goes until 8 o'clock tonight. So if you want to do something for Valentine's Day, bring the family out, or just enjoy a Friday evening or daytime here, this will be open until 8 o'clock, 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes, you can experience the ride. You do need general admission to the museum to access this. Tickets for this itself is $3 and $1 for members. So a lot of things that you can check out while you're here, but a lot of new things to see here as well as part of the carousel. And that's all we got for you from the museum.
Appreciate Nicole going out there. It was nice they let her in so early.
Yes, it was. Open those doors bright and early.
We do have a lot to get to. Valentine's Day, if you didn't know, it's coming up tomorrow. If you have kids, then you probably were.
Oh, tomorrow? No, just kidding.
Jeez. You got me for a second there, George. I know I was working on getting all the kids' Valentines situated as best, as we all could do it, trying to have them do as much as they could on their own, but some of it's a little tricky. Anyway, we'll talk about Valentine's Day. We'll share the results of our poll.
Big poll.
Also, an old-fashioned way you can show your love for your Valentine. This might be the best way to do it, better than chocolate or flowers. And you can do it right in Grand Rapids. That's coming up.
Quite a tease.
So we're really excited and just
Welcome back to Daybreak Plus. It's Friday, and it's time to talk about
Birthday time.
celebrity birthdays.
Let's bring it on. Who do we
I don't know
have?
what voice that was. Our first one, I will always love from seeing Grease for the first time.
Grease.
Stockard Channing.
Stockard Channing.
I don't know.
82.
She's 82 years old today. What? Okay.
Grease. How many times have you watched that? Quite a few.
I don't know. I've
Quite a
lost
few.
track. We did it as a musical when I was in high school as well, so that was super fun. Okay,
6 Degrees of Separation also.
for Stockard Channing.
Stockard Channing.
Okay, let's go
Yeah.
back to this. Please do share.
I've got nothing else. I know she was in that. It's been so long.
Okay.
Wasn't Will Smith in that?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel, 76 years old today.
Singer with Genesis. Got some great songs.
Yeah, he does. Mina Suvari. American Pie is what comes to mind for me.
And American Beauty as well.
And American Beauty, that's right.
Wow, those were a long time ago, weren't they?
They were a long time ago.
Yeah.
She's 47. And Robbie Williams, the singer, 52 years old today.
Take that. 52.
We can't sing anything for you.
Can't sing
Even
anything.
if we thought it would sound good, we'd get in trouble.
Get in trouble.
And then Randy Moss is 49 years old today.
NFL Hall of Famer. Started his career with the Vikings, but also played with the Raiders, the Patriots, Titans, 49ers. Now ESPN analyst.
There's
There he
very
is.
few degrees of separation there for you.
That's right.
Right?
I covered him when he was in the league.
And now he's
Now he's
Now
on
he's
the
at your
air.
old
Now he's
place.
at my old stomping ground. Yep.
we like to make sure that our celebrity birthdays are balanced with
That's right.
music and acting.
Gotta love the sports
And
guys, right?
sports.
Get them in there.
Should we talk Valentine's Day?
Let's talk about it. Are we talking survey?
Yeah. Chocolate, flowers, or jewelry was the question. Yesterday, this is pretty similar to the results that we had yesterday before they were final. Mm-hmm. These
Very
are the
close.
final results, though. Oh, that's
Chocolate's
lower.
ticked up.
I thought this was final. I thought that you couldn't vote anymore. But it looks
Maybe he had some early
different.
morning voting. Because chocolate's now 53. It was 50.
Unless these are maybe from, yeah. Okay.
Jewelry lost.
We'll go with this.
Remember this morning
They
during
were
the show,
10%.
jewelry was 10.
Yeah. I guess you can vote
It
for a
was
full
50,
24
40,
hours.
and 10.
So
All right.
George got on there and skewed the vote.
I only voted twice for chocolate.
Sure.
Just twice. Sometimes I vote 3 times. I'm not going to lie about that. This time, just twice.
Okay. If you say so. Today,
On the phone
and on the computer.
and on the iPad. Computer I left out.
So today is actually Galentine's Day.
Yeah, tell me about this.
About what?
Galentine's Day.
You don't know about Galentine's
I
Day?
guess I didn't remember this.
I don't know when it became an official thing,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not like on the calendar, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
The day before Valentine's Day, I think it
Festivus,
was like if
something
you
like
didn't
that.
have a sweetheart, then you just hang out with your gals. So today's Galentine's Day, and there are some events for that. WoodTV.com, we have a whole list here. There's a sip and shop that's free to attend in Granville. Courage and Soar. Cannonsburg has an event where you can go and ski or snowboard or whatever, but then also they have a bunch of fun stuff happening in the lodge.
Nice.
So that's kind of fun. And yeah, so there you go.
Galentine's.
That's
Okay.
Galentine's
Guess
Day.
I'd forgotten about that.
I don't know how you could possibly forget about this. Shame on you. No, just kidding. Okay. So that's Galentine's Day. Another cool thing you could do.
We had
I
some
love this.
Great guests this
We
morning.
did. This was a fun morning. Every day on Daybreak in the main studio, we get to talk to Brianna Hollis, who's over in Italy for the Olympics. Today, we invited a couple guests into our studio to talk to us about typewriters.
Old
because-
school typewriters.
Old school typewriters. So they have an event coming up. First of all, these people are just obsessed with typewriters, right? Mm-hmm. And they have an event that you can go to where you can type out your own note to your sweetheart,
For your Valentine.
for your Valentine, or your kids, or whoever you want.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What else about it? Oh, they have poets there.
That's right. They did tell us that.
They did tell us that.
I love old school typewriters. I actually learned to type on an old school typewriter.
Did you?
I did. I took a typing class way back when.
Okay.
Yep. And so you were on a real typewriter, not a computer keyboard. This was pre-computer keyboard time.
Well, so we heard from the woman who you see typing here about the event when they came into the studio today.
Type-ins in the typosphere, what we like to call ourselves, a community of typewriter enthusiasts, is a gathering where people typically bring their typewriters. It's a place where people gather and write. It's kind of like a car show, but instead of just looking at the cars, you get to actually use them.
Okay.
So we're really excited and just thrilled to be welcoming people to Muse tomorrow. You know, really, there's just nothing
Even that
like that
sound.
sound, you know? So we just are just so excited to share the love of this with folks in West Michigan.
Muse GR. That's where you can go. Tap out your love letters, poems, and stories on your machine or theirs. They've got their on-demand poetry by an art prize winner, Endless Will, and then flash fiction by Jerry Deere, a love letter tutorial, impromptu lessons on ribbon replacement or troubleshooting for
what we
the
like
keys
to call
and
ourselves,
things like that. So yeah, you guys are covered if you want to go check that out. It's pretty cool.
Didn't she say at least one of
This
those
is tomorrow,
typewriters
by the
from
way.
from the 60s?
Hers is from the 60s.
Yeah.
So again, this is at Muse GR tomorrow from noon until 5. I did try and use the typewriter.
You were trying to type something for the kids.
I was trying. It was pretty bad. I just could not get it.
You really have to punch down on those keys.
Well, it was just, yeah, this is so far away, but I don't know. I kept, like,
Is
obviously.
it a poem or just?
No, it's just a Happy Valentine's Day, love you so much, shine your light on the world, you know, that kind of thing. But you can't delete anything, so you make a mistake and you think you've hit the space bar, but it hasn't actually worked, so then you type over a letter. But you know what? It's fun and it's nostalgic.
That's right. Good
You
old-
learned on a typewriter, didn't you?
Learned on a typewriter. You put the paper in, you turn it, you type away.
So George, you like chocolate.
Oh my!
Happy Valentine's
Oh,
Day.
thank you
You
so
said you
much.
like a Hershey bar.
I love a good Hershey, plain or with almonds. I'll go either way.
This is plain.
I'll take it.
Happy Valentine's
Thank
Day.
you very much.
I brought you a couple pieces of
Oh.
dark chocolate hearts as well that have the messages in
Thank you
them.
very much.
There we
I
go.
haven't been to the candy shop yet.
Well, there you go. Happy
Thank you.
Valentine's Day.
Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
My daughter will be enjoying her Valentine's Day.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Oh, nothing.
Hockey?
Not for Valentine's Day.
But you have something going on.
My husband was saying, Valentine's Day for just couples, it's like, oh, let's go out to eat. For families, it's what sporting event do we have this
Yeah,
weekend?
yeah.
So we have hockey
Yes.
all weekend with the tournament in Kalamazoo. That's what we're doing.
That's what you're doing.
Yep,
I'm supposed to be skating today.
that's right.
This afternoon. I'm going
Is
to
it
try to
gonna
get out
happen?
there. I'm planning to be out there.
I don't think
I will try to get video evidence.
I have.
Oh, I have to get video evidence.
You do have to get video evidence. I'm working on a story today. I don't think I'll be able to join you. I'm going to try, but I don't think it's going to happen.
right.
Just to forewarn you.
I will.
So you'll have to.
I will show you on Monday.
Okay, look forward to that. Are you doing anything special tomorrow?
No, staying in. Nothing big.
You didn't get those reservations in time, did
No,
you?
no dinner reservations. They were booked.
I know.
I looked.
I know.
Yep.
Weeks ago, man.
Maybe
Especially downtown.
a special meal at home. Something
But I
like
think
that.
that's nice. I like going out to eat, but do you really want to go out when everyone else is going out?
Like Valentine's Day and Mother's Day.
So busy.
They're so crowded.
Like, who
Yeah.
doesn't want to go to brunch on Mother's Day? No, I don't know.
I've got a great idea.
Right?
Let's go to brunch.
I just want to share this because it's been
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing in our house for the last week. Sharon, she's in kindergarten, and she's had this loose tooth. But look at that tooth.
It's just hanging by a string,
You would
thread.
think when it got to this point, right, that it would be coming out any minute. It was like that for days.
Really?
And I know we're not the only ones now because we were pestering her. Please just let us, grab onto it. We can get it out for you. If it's bothering you, like once it's out, you'll feel so much better.
Yeah.
She just wouldn't let us anywhere near it. So finally we just said, okay, whatever. You deal with it how you want to deal with it. It was days. We were like, the front desk person at the school was even saying, I can't believe that is the loosest tooth I've ever seen. Teachers were asking her, can we please just pull it out?
Let us do it.
So it finally came out.
Came out when?
On this day in Michigan history. No, it wasn't this day in Michigan history. It was on Wednesday. That it finally came out. So Sharon has finally lost her first front tooth.
And what's the going rate with the tooth fairy these days?
The tooth fairy brought her $2.
Okay.
For that front tooth.
All right.
Usually it's just some quarters.
Okay.
But, front teeth are special.
Yeah. There's also inflation.
There's inflation.
Children are demanding more.
Children don't always get what they want, though, right? So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you all have a happy Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day. And
yep.
Good luck at all the school parties today.
Galentine's Day.
So we mentioned that obviously today's the 3rd anniversary of the shooting on campus at MSU.
And Tessa Kresch is one of our reporters who was actually on Michigan State's campus on the evening that it happened, and we had a chance to sit down and talk with her.
So that interview is coming up next here on Daybreak Plus. Okay, welcome back to Daybreak Plus here. This is the 3rd anniversary of the shooting on the campus of MSU. February 13th, 2023. Changed a lot of people's lives. 3
students were killed, 5 others were injured. Obviously, this is something that's hit close to home with Tessa Kresch, who's one of the reporters here at Wood TV, who was a student 3 years ago on MSU's campus when all this was happening.
Yeah, there was a lot of chaos on the campus. Just to remind you, there was so much misinformation going around. That was on social media. Mm-hmm. So people who were there were getting all this conflicting information about where there was a gunman, if there was a second shooter. And then in the days that followed, they were just everyone was trying to wrap their brains around what happened. So Tessa joined News 8 about a year ago. Mm-hmm. She's been a great addition to the team here, but we had a chance to sit down with her and talk about what that was like to be a student. She was a junior at the time when the message went out and as the investigation unfolded.
I think if we could just start by setting the stage of where you grew up and how you came to be at MSU 3 years ago.
Yeah, well, I actually grew up in Farmington Hills, Michigan, so a lot of the people that I knew growing up with went to Michigan State. In high school, I ended up moving to Puerto Rico for 3 years, which was amazing in so many ways. I mean, it didn't help that a month after I moved there, Hurricane Maria hit, which taught me a lot. But, being there gave me a lot of perspective, and in the end, I graduated in 2020 during COVID. So going home really felt like the best option, and Michigan State really did feel like a home to me because my sister went there, and I knew people who were there, so it felt like a really good next step for me.
How did you like it there?
I loved it. I had a wonderful time. I was able to dip my toes in both the theater department and the journalism department. I mean, I loved it so much. I got involved in the student radio station where I was always talking to different people around campus. I loved the people. I ended up representing my class as the commencement speaker my senior year. I had a really wonderful time at Michigan State.
So for radio, you said you talked to people all over campus. Was that a news focus or more of a feature focus? What were those conversations?
A little bit of a combination of the two. It was, I had to fill 30 minutes every week. So of course we touched a little bit more on the lifestyle and fun, but we talked a lot about, it was news focused, and it was meant to inform people about how vast Michigan State University is and all the niche interests around the university. And I really felt like it
connected me with the campus that otherwise could feel really huge.
When you think of Michigan State, what are the first things that come to your mind?
When I think of Michigan State, I think of massive, trees, lots of trees, squirrels, and community.
So let's go back to 3 years ago on February 13th. What were you doing that evening?
I was actually at the student radio station at one of the residential halls on campus in the middle of conducting an interview with a student group when we all looked down at our phones mid-interview to a text that said, "Run, hide, fight." And, you know, we've all done drills for things like this, but nothing could prepare you for a text like that, you know, with that kind of language in it. And so we all took it extremely seriously. We all, you know, locked the student radio station doors, hid under the desks, and, you know, reread the text as much as we could. And there was something so surreal about looking at all of the stuff that you have around you and thinking what could possibly defend yourself with against a person with a gun. It was really scary, and it lasted a really, really long time. I think between 8 p.m. or around 8 p.m. to somewhere in the middle of the night that we were waiting for any sort of answers, any sort of conclusion. And so with the information that was readily available to us, like news stations, like, you know, the university police, they were so few and far between. So we were looking for any information that we could at any moment. So we turned to social media, and that's when there was just this mess of misinformation and rumors, and everyone was just as scared. And there was rumors of multiple shooters on campus. There was rumors of shooters in the building that I was in upstairs, in the buildings that my loved ones were in. And I remember thinking that we would never recover from something this horrible. In that moment, there was nothing telling us that none of that was true. So it was a really, 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 really scary night. And it felt never ending. And I was scared to do anything. And from the moment that we were released, I realized that I could never move through the world the same. I mean, even the walk to my car was scary. The drive was scary. The walk from my car to my apartment was scary. And my apartment at the time was right across from Berkey Hall. And I remember I couldn't stop looking out the window and just, you know, seeing police cars and seeing the building, and just in disbelief that something that horrific could happen in a place that I felt so safe and felt so loved and supported in.
Where was the radio station in relation to the
It was on the
student
south
union?
side of campus, so not too far. I mean, not too close. I mean, when it comes to walking, I always called it really far, but it was under a mile away.
When you first got that text, what were some of the things running through your mind?
I talked about how massive of a campus this is, but everyone did feel connected. I mean, I felt once removed from everyone there. And so I just thought for sure that, I just thought that, you know, the people I loved might be hurt and injured and never ever be the same or killed. I didn't feel like I could possibly go to a class ever again, let alone in Berkey Hall. I didn't feel like I could go to the union like I did nearly every day up to that point ever again. And every door moving forward felt scary to me because something behind it could change everything in just an instant. It just made me realize how quick security can turn into, you know, how quick a sense of security can be completely shattered.
As someone who was doing all these radio interviews, how did that role come into focus in the days and the weeks and the months following February 13th?
That day made me realize how powerful and dangerous misinformation can be, and how much of a role journalists have in informing people. And, you know, I'm so grateful for every reporter that was out there. I was a student at the time. I was scared. I was in lockdown, but there were people who were there and they were giving my family information. And that information that was true is really what they needed to hear, not what I was hearing from lockdown. So it definitely inspired me to look for accuracy in everything and look for these community stories. And yeah, I mean, nothing ever felt the same ever again after that, but it definitely taught me what kind of reporter I wanted to be moving forward.
You mentioned the time that you were waiting with uncertainty. Just describe what that feeling was like.
It was really scary. I was under the desk, the podcasting desk, with some people I had never met before. I mean, this was my first time meeting them in this interview, and we were all holding hands and we were praying together and we were crying together. And someone put the police scanner on, which was not a good idea looking back. But I felt broken moving forward. I mean, whatever sense of ignorance I had towards violence was completely changed forever. I was really extremely panicked. I mean, you could only picture what was happening on the other side of campus through the windows, these like foggy windows. We saw police lights and heard the sirens, and yeah, it was scary. Really, really, really scary.
How much did the scenes of previous school shootings enter your mind while that was happening, while you were waiting for information?
I mean, up to that point, there was so many school shootings, and I don't want to say that they were just headlines to me. They never were, but it made me realize that no matter where you are, no matter your connection to a community, a shooting is going to affect you. I mean, there was just a shooting earlier this week in Canada at a school, and it's not something we can shrug off. I mean, it affects so many people. It's so horrible every single time it happens. And every single time it happens, I think, please let this be the last time. Because 3 years later, it's still not okay. 3 years later, there's so many people who weren't there, but are still affected by what happened, and about the fear, and by the misinformation, and even the information. I mean, it was so horrible to everyone. And it doesn't get better, but I do want to mention what the days following looked like on campus. I never thought we would be okay, and we're not, but just as quickly as hate really overcame the campus, like love really, 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 really helped and kind of repaired any sense of community that I had so quickly. I mean, the way the community came together, and families and loved ones and moms and support dogs, and it was so amazing. I mean, every single day on campus, there was mental health support. There was, people reminding us that our stories matter and that this is not okay. And that was really, really nice.
How often do you think about that day?
I think about it a lot, especially as we near the anniversary, as we near Valentine's Day. You know, those kind of feel connected to me a little bit. But I think about it every time I drive past the university and I see the rock, which is always painted for something, but I remember the days that people decided not to touch it. You know, when it said Ariel, Brian, Alexandria, I thought that was beautiful, and that's something that I'll never forget.
we were on campus, journalists were on campus for the days and weeks after and every anniversary. What was that like for students, the media attention that was on it, and how does your perspective on that change now that you are a journalist?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, everybody was hurting. No one wanted to go to class after that. We just had to. And while I thought it was really important that this was being covered and that the memories of those students were being remembered every day, I know that there was a lot of frustration towards the media asking students to kind of relive this trauma on their way to class. It was just really, really, really fresh. And for some people, talking about it wasn't helpful. But for some people, I know that talking about it was cathartic, and it was nice to hear a little bit about the fact that, of course, not everybody was in Union. Of course, not everybody was at Berkey, but everybody was affected, and everybody had a story. And, you know, we got to hear some of those stories in the media, and I appreciated that.
How hard is it when the day comes up each year?
It's hard, and what's scary to me is that the memory, what's scary to me is that the university, and as new students enter and as old students leave, that it won't be remembered every year the way it happened. I'm hoping that the university continues to memorialize this day. I think thinking about it is so important, and as I mentioned, there's shootings happening everywhere and impacting so many people, and remembering this day and remembering what an impact it had on every single person there is so important. Even if none of them were directly affected by it, it's their responsibility to carry this memory forward of all of these students who were impacted.
How has that whole experience shaped who you are as a journalist?
Well, accuracy is incredibly important to me after that. And I mean, I trust the media a lot, and it was reassuring when I was hearing all of these horrible, not true stories, but I could look to the media who wasn't mentioning those. That was reassuring to me. It was reassuring to my family as well. I also think that hearing from the families and from those who were injured and from those who were impacted really, really, really puts into perspective for people who aren't from the Michigan State University community of what happened, and that this isn't okay, and that these are people, and that they're all students who were in a place that they felt safe and were told they could feel safe, and that was shattered in just an instant. So I think that it is our responsibility as journalists to continue to tell this story and continue to tell these stories so that it won't be forgotten, so that this won't happen again.
What about for other stories that you cover now, just in your everyday